Hello, lovely people. I want to be Rita TV. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. If today is the first time you come across this channel, you're highly welcome. Thank you for clicking. Thank you for stopping by. In today's video, my lovely people, this video when I dey here to make now about the video of what God cannot do does not exist. I be this video, what God cannot do does not exist. What God cannot exist. Because these days, we don't know. That's why you will see some people, they will say they know they go church. Not be their fault. They'll just decide like that. They know they go church. Not be say they not be Christian. But if you are in that category, no reason all those things. Forget about maybe pastor, this one. Human being and man being. Just play your own race, because this Christian race, when all of us they run, they know they run out together with anybody. These days, this life when we dey live now, this generation when we see ourselves now, so it be my lovely people. Now something when we say we can't see Christians, we not know the one to believe, but really, make we first play this record when it be say fellow Pastor Jerry EZE, what God cannot do does not exist. The man come dey turn out to upside nana, say wetin him talk, what God cannot exist, say e no dey right, which is right in the sight of God. In many things, what God cannot do does not exist. With God, all things are possible. Like the round up the words, they are just in the same category. Now I play voice when it be say a fellow pastor you stay destroy and say wetin him dey talk not dey right. Then I go put my own opinion. I go still drop on our comment. Make we listen to the voice record before I go.
God does not exist, which now establishes that God is responsible for everything. He kills, he makes alive, he destroys, he does everything. Some of you have it, what God does not. Some of you have it inside your foot. Some of you, that's your screen saver. Something is wrong with your medulla oblongata. You need to be cross-examined. You are behaving like somebody that did not attend a word church. Because when you attend a word church and you have a good pastor, it will be an insult for you to join those who don't even have a good pastor to be shouting what God does not do does not exist. That means God is responsible for killing the unborn babies. God is responsible for the destruction of men's lives. God is responsible for everything, because what God does not do does not exist. Death exists, God is responsible. Sickness exists, God is responsible. Poverty exists, God is responsible. Disaster exists, what God does not do does not exist. God is a liar, lie exists. God is a thief, stealing exists. You follow unschooled people to be quoting their cliche because you yourself, you don't know God. It is when you don't know your father that everything you hear outside about your father is true. When you know your father, you fight outside because you know that cannot be my father. Talk about somebody else, but don't talk about my father. I'm teaching God here. They say I am too loud. Why would I be around loud? Am I a small boy? I've been around, man. I know the truth. And I will not stand in the face of any unschooled Bible carrier to mangle and blackmail and assassinate the character of my father. I spoke to him this morning. I spoke to him this afternoon. Just before I came up to speak to you, I spoke with him. I know him well enough. I know what he can do. I know what he cannot do. I know what he does. I know what he doesn't do. And it is in my place as a responsible son to defend my father's character wherever he is. And if you don't know your father, then shut up and leave us who know our father, defend our father.
So my lovely people, now don't watch the video. Wetin me they try talk about. And I don't say I'm not fellow pastor, and I they destroy Pastor Jerry EZE. They use him and they talk with him, not supposed to. My lovely people, what God cannot do does not exist. Make we check and make we first talk our own opinion for this matter. Wetin me say for the matter, what God cannot do does not exist is true. Not turn am upside down. This is out of jealousy. And they hear the truth. Now they hear the talk. I'm not there here to destroy anybody. This is my video when I make una know to defend people when it be say if I see something, I defend them. Now they here to do good work of God. What God cannot do does not exist. anything when it be say most of the people when be say that they in challenges now, God not mean am that way. God not create and say they go take that situation. It's from the wicked ones. So prayer can break those chains. It can break with God. That is the reason why he said what God cannot do does not exist. When you are in any situation, whatever you are facing through today, what God cannot do, it does not exist. With God, all things are possible. Why is he saying this? It's just because of act of jealousy. Pastor is saying this. Much more. How much more? What do you as in pastor is saying this. What do you expect from the members? I'm not in that church. If I'm in that church, I'll stand up and come and quote that pastor wrong. If you remember that you are going to church, you see what pastor do wrong, please correct them. They are not God. They are not. They make mistake. It's just out of jealousy. But the Bible said it. Let's see now if it's true, if it's what God writes. Is it not God that said, don't be afraid, that is going to help you, that a dumb man can speak, that a deaf man can hear, that who is not walking is going to walk? In the book of Isaiah 35 verse 4 to 6, I'm going to put it to this clip. Then you see that it's true. What God cannot do does not exist. Verse 4, say to them that are of a fearful heart, be strong, fear not. Behold, your God will come with vengeance. God will come with vengeance if it's not his will for you to be in that situation. Even God with a God, he will come and save you. He will save you. He said in verse 5, the eyes of the blind shall be opened, and the ears of the deaf shall be unstopped. Verse 6, who no waka, he go waka. Isaiah 35, 4 to 6. You see the word of God there. Why is this man turning it upside down? What God cannot do does not exist. He not talks about it when happen saying that God won. Don't turn it upside down because of hatred. What this man is doing, when you see, let me see, what is there is that when you see what anybody is doing, that you cannot do it, you are jealous of that person, you cannot appreciate that person. The work of God that this man is doing, what God cannot do does not exist. Pastor Jerry EZE, more grace, sir. You cannot do it. That is why you are just jealous of him. Let's stop all this envy. We do this. What do we expect from the members? This is out of jealousy. What you come out and speak and quote him wrong. It's in the Bible. It's everywhere, and everybody will believe. If you are in difficulty, you don't believe in God. Who are you going to believe on again? Who did not believe on God, that did not believe on them? You not believe, say what God cannot do does not exist. It's on your own. You are on your own. What God cannot do does not exist. Don't quote him wrong. God can make who is not speaking to speak. God can make who is deaf to hear. God can make who is not walking to walk. God can make your situation to turn around. Something happen for a reason. What God cannot do, but it determines your seriousness and your everything, your engagement to God, before everything will happen for good. If bad something can happen to you for tomorrow, for you to turn to good something for you, you must face through something this life. What God cannot do does not exist. It's God that will take you out of that situation. Pastor Jerry EZE, you are a great man of God. No one can bring you down. This is what I'm here to say. Yeah, may God have mercy upon you, this man. I don't know what to say. What God cannot do does not exist. If you don't know it, you are just pastor, you are not reading the Bible. Please, in Isaiah 35, 4 to 6, read it very well. I'll put it up here. You read it. Anybody that's what God cannot do does not exist. That is a wrong word. What it means that God can make who is not speaking to speak. Who is dead, he can wake you alive. If it's not your time, because the death is not natural death. Don't say who is not dead cannot wake up. Who is not speaking cannot speak. Who is deaf cannot hear. Because it's not that yet time. It's not appointed time for the person to die. God did not take your soul. It's just the evil ones that take you. And when you believe, you come back alive. My lovely people, I love you all. Thank you all for watching. Una will say, she not the video since. Una know I just buy this phone. I don't see. I never know now whether the camera is clear. And I never set away. I just buy it yesterday. I really do appreciate una. Love una. Till I go come on away next time. Remain blessed. Bye bye. Love you all. Love this video. Share, comment, and subscribe till I come your way next time. If you want all this kind of video to defend somebody. Bye bye bye. Love you all. God bless you.